Praise be unto Yah, for he's worthy to be praised. Let's come before Yah with our prayer blessing. Barukatah, Yahweh, you're worthy to be praised. Small, Israel, Yahweh, Mikah, Yahweh. Barukatah, Yahweh, Melech, Ha, Olam, Hekum, Yeshur, Shakim, Shalom, Yeruzalem. Barukatah, Yahweh, Melech, Ha, Olam, Hekum, Ne, Begin. Zah. Barukatah, Yahweh, Melech, Ha, Olam, Yeshur, Kadesh, Be, Nu, Yom, Hayasham. Barukatah, Yahweh, Melech, Ha, Olam, Nodim, Ekum, Atara, Shema, Israel, Yahweh, Ikar, Yahweh. Yahweh is worthy to be praised this day, and I thank y'all for always taking me back to my strength. And my strength is prayer. The strength that I acquired in prayer allowed me to walk in the obedience that I walk in this day. Because without prayer, you have no power. No prayer, no power. Little prayer, little power. Much prayer, much power. You may see this bag of apples up here. And one of my sons came by today. He saw the bag up here. You know, some men ask to set up GoFundMe accounts, and some Hebrews set up GoFundMe accounts, and some Hebrews post their PayPal. I just operate off of what Scripture says. I operate off tithe and offering. That's what I do. I operate off tithe and offering. I don't operate off PayPal or GoFundMe. I don't. That might be a way that a person sends it, but my wife and myself is either tithe or offering. But we don't do personal GoFundMes because we have applied ourselves to study and to research. We allow y'all to be y'all. These apples represent the Hebrews first, and also it represents the totality of mankind. The thing about these apples are, these are beautiful apples, and they're delicious. They contain more apples. This one apple is able to reproduce. It's somewhat like a human is able to reproduce. It's able to. It has a reproductive system. It's called a seed. The thing that a man or woman must understand about apples. See, this apple is clean, and you want to eat this apple because this apple is clean. If I were to show y'all this apple up close, you want to eat this apple. You get it good. Right? Go the way that Yah wants to take us today. You see this apple. It's a pretty apple, a beautiful apple. And what we're not realizing is that this apple represents you, an individual man and an individual woman. Then it represents the Hebrew or whatever culture. Then it represents mankind. But if I take a rotten apple and put it at the bottom of this bag, we all know what's going to happen, right? Everything in this bag is going to become rotten. So in order to save this bag of apples, now I find it that I've seen men and women want to save potatoes, lemons, limes, apples, plums, because the thing that has to be taken out is what is rotten, what will cause the rest of this bag to be defiled. But if you leave that apple in the bottom of this bag, it will infect and destroy everything in the bag. I find it appalling that we show more concern about a fruit than ourselves. Because that rottenness has to be purged out of us, and the only way you can do it is through prayer. Through prayer. Prayer is what allows you to come into obedience. And what appalls me even more is that we allow the rottenness in our communities, in our children. And I'm going to say this way because the Hebrews, as usual, they're arguing over what moon, the full moon, the new moon, the first visible light, and the dark moon. They arguing over Enoch. They arguing. And I ain't heard none of them say that last year everybody was off because it was a leap year, which is, But they're not going to tell you the truth. I will tell you the truth. I will admit error because my hands have to be clean. But if you want to count moons, then you'll know there was 13 moons. And we just coming into, we are now just coming into what we're going to call Pesach. And this bad concerns me because if we don't get out what's rotten out this bag, it's going to destroy what's good in the bag. And before I go any further, let's sound the alarm. Let's blow the shofar. That concludes the blowing of the shofar. If you would, please turn your Bibles to Luke 4:16. I'm going to walk through some things. Don't want to have a specific agenda or a specific topic. Just want to allow y'all to have his way. Many of be that they prepare their messages because they spend so much time preparing their messages. When y'all wants to override and wants to interject, they don't have an ear to hear. And that's why y'all say, man must have an ear to hear. And we turn to the book of Luke, chapter 4. I just want to read something to you before we go into what it is that Yahweh has given me. The Bible reads, I'm going to start at verse 15. And he taught in their synagogues, being glorified of all. And he came to Nazareth where he had been brought up, and as his custom was. The Bible says that this was the custom of Yeshua, the one that is wrongfully called Jesus. It said that as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up to read. And there was living under him the book of the prophet Elijah. And when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written. But the point that I'm bringing out is that my son asked me, as long as he's been with me, he asked me because he doesn't have a understanding or a grasp of what's going on, and he's been with me a while, but I realized he really wasn't paying attention. But he as I talk to him, I see that there's something that he's picked up, and I just pray that y'all, that y'all put him back in ministry because he needs it. But the Bible says that this was the custom of Yahshua. And I would advise any and everyone to follow the custom of Yahshua. You say you love Jesus, then you need to follow what Jesus did, Yahshua did, and not what man has done. The Bible says that he went in the synagogue on the Shabbat, on the Sabbath day. And many there will be because they are rotten and they don't want truth. So what they do, they affect other people and they infect other people and turn them away from the truth. That's all I wanted to bring forth. And if you read it, you'll see more and more of the things that he did when he came into Nazareth on this day. All right, turn to Jeremiah. Turn in your Bibles to Jeremiah, the 11th chapter. Turn to Jeremiah, the 11th chapter. No sleeper. Let's turn to Psalms. 127. Verses 1 and 2. Verses 1 and 2. Listen. To those that are listening, have a listen to them. Y'all had prophets in the Bible. A lot of you are listening to men who do not declare themselves to be prophets, are not called to be prophets, and you're following them. You're not following the Bible. You're not following Scripture. You're following who sounds like they know what they're talking about. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Because if a man is not presenting to you Scripture, prayer, strong prayer life, not taking Scripture. I never use Scripture to bring people, to try to get people to understand where I'm coming from. I present people with the Scripture. And the Word has a work to do. The Word cannot return back unto y'all void. I see men, they debate and they put up scriptures and they parse and because they are trying to convince. My job is not to convince you. Scripture will cause you. Scripture will cause you to turn to Torah. My job is to turn you, angle you to the throne of Yah. That's my job. That's all I do. All the other things, the Bible teaches you. I'm not teaching you. The Bible teaches you. I'm only regurgitating what the Bible says to you. That's all I'm doing. Any man that reads a book, an open book, he's only regurgitating to you what he got from the book. Now, on the other hand, a man that can read in the Spirit, that can be read in the Spirit by Yah, and Yah gives him a word for the people, that cannot be found in any book, and that has been one of my hardships. Because you have people saying, what book you got it out of? What book did you read that in? And I read the scroll of the mind of Yah. It's what I read. It's what Yah allows me to read. I asked Yah a while ago to not confine me to the 66 books, and not to the Apocrypha, the Book of Jubilees, the Book of Lights, any book that I have read. To not let that trump and overrule what it is that he would like to convey to his people. That's why I'm not talking about Pesach. I'm not talking about the new moon. I'm not talking about the first visible light. I'm not talking about the full moon. Because every year they're doing the same thing over and over and over and over. And people on the sideline laughing. People on the sideline are actually laughing because you stuck in mud. You stuck in the same cycle, and y'all is not stuck in a cycle. It's not y'all. It's not y'all. Your scholarship is wonderful. But does your prayer life exceed your scholarship? Does your prayer life and your listening ear exceed what you read? Because y'all, he still communicates, and y'all communicates only through prayer. That's the first wireless connection between man and y'all. That's the first wireless connection. That's the first wireless Wi-Fi. So listen to the book. Except y'all build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except y'all keep the city, the watchman, he waketh but in vain. It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows. For so he giveth his beloved sleep. And that second verse is a powerful verse. Because many men and women that have taken on the prayers of the nation and the nations, they begin to grieve. Every prophet you see begin to grieve and begin to cry out for stiff-necked people. But the way that we are going about in this secular world and the way that we are going about in the conscious communities is you got to do a cleansing. You got to get the rotten apples. You got to get the rotten apples out of the bag, out of the community. They got to go. You're not going to be able to build. Y'all don't build like man build. What did y'all tell David about building his synagogue, his temple? He said, David, you got too much blood on your hands. I'll let your offspring slow-mo build it. But you, though I love you, you cannot build it. It's too much blood. When people are running around talking about feast days, but none calleth for righteousness. None calleth for justice. People murdering and people getting killed. We knowing who doing these things, and none calleth for justice. So I cannot roll, because I can stroll you over to Isaiah and show you them feast days don't mean nothing to y'all that you keep. They don't mean nothing. Because of the blood, that touch of blood in the streets that we refuse to rectify. Turn back to Jeremiah chapter 11. Your prayer life must supersede your study, your portion, all the languages that you learn. When I was talking to my spiritual son this morning, I say, listen, the most wealthiest men in the world don't believe in a source of power higher than themselves. And I say, in that day, Timothy, in that day, they would trade all the money in the world to be in the place of Yah. They would trade. They would try to trade all their worth. But y'all don't want your money. Y'all want your righteousness and your set apartness, because our thoughts need to be clean. That's the set apart. The set apartness is your thought, how you think. What you think when you see a woman. What you think when you see a man. Your thoughts. Because so a man thinketh, so he is. See, righteousness is set apart. Me and my other son, we were talking about this, I think, last Sabbath, during the week. Righteousness is different from being set apart. Set apart is your thinking. That's why the Bible said that your mind, the renewing of the mind, do not be conformed, but be ye transformed by the renewal. Your mind has to be renewed. Your mind has to be rewired, hardwired, rewired. And the only way you can do that is through mad hours of prayer. I know I'm a living witness. People always ask me, boy, how in the world? Prayer, 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 fasting brought me into obedience. Prayer and fasting brought me into obedience. When I came into obedience, then I came into observance. Because I was around men of the second world as a child, and I had been introduced to Yahweh at a young age, maybe 10, 11, 12. Had heard the name from a guy that was coming through Philadelphia, coming out of New York. Because my daddy, he was in the streets. My uncles, they were in the streets. His friends were in the streets. So that's all I knew. That's all I knew. But there had to come a time and a place to where you dedicate yourself or rededicate yourself to prayer and fasting. See, that's the work that you don't get rewarded for. And that's the work that I love. I love that type of work. Where somebody can call and say, look, I need your prayer. And I know, once I pray, I know it's going through the airway. I know that energy going to hit them. Matter of fact, Sister Geraldine called the other morning. I missed the call. But then I texted her. I saw what she said in the text, and I came, and immediately I began to pray. So when I called her, she said, yeah, I can tell you prayed. I can tell you prayed, Apostle, because I've been purged. I've been throwing up, and I'm all right now. I feel better. Because I just got through talking about what worryation does, and and what is it, depression, and all these other things, these other images that we begin to take on. And I started talking to her about she got to choose her battles in prayer. You can't pray for everybody. No, you can't pray for everything. If I just look right here in Pete at 11 and 14, and let me get this 11 and 14. The Bible says, therefore pray not for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear. I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble, for their evil, So prayer to me, but y'all understand that this is, I don't want to be known for anything. So I will never get on Facebook and give you 100% of my scholarship or whatever it is that y'all have internally taught or done inside of me. Because I use that for more intimate settings. Because people begin to think that that man is something when he is nothing. I'm nothing. It's all about y'all. It's not about my scholarship. It's not about my prayer life. It's not about me fasting. It's not about my obedience. It's about y'all. It's about y'all. It's not about, the only thing that I have to do is I should be an example and should have a moral obligation to the things that I speak out of my mouth to the people around me that see and know that are watching me, because people are watching. I remember an elder that's sitting here told me this a long time ago. Many years ago he told me, he said, you know why I walk with you? I said, why, elder? He said, because you was faking you would have been messed up by now. He told me that a long, long time ago, and that really stuck with me. That really stuck with me. Because that was all the pat that I needed on the back. That was all the encouragement that I needed. I didn't need a pastor's dinner. I didn't need a pastor's apostle's anniversary. I didn't need any of that. Just those words. That if I was faking, I would have been messed up by now. And that thing done carried me all the way to where I stand today before you. But it is done through prayer, fasting, supplication. Prayer, fasting, supplication. Prayer, fasting, supplication. If you pray for an hour, you have to give yourself an hour to listen to see what Yah is going to say or reveal. I see people pray and they leave. Prayer is communication, people. Prayer is a place where you are supposed to go and you are supposed to get what you ask. You are supposed to receive an answer. And Yah will answer you. It might not be what you want to hear, but He will answer you. If you pray for an hour, you got to listen for at least an hour. He may give it to you in the first 30 seconds, the first 30 minutes, but you got to dedicate yourself. Because listen, the Torah, Hebrew, Aramaic, all these things are used to slow you down. We moving too fast. We want things too fast. So Yah has a way of slowing people down. That's what the Sabbath is about, to slow you down. That's what the feast days are about, to slow you down and to make you pause, Selah, to make you pause and reflect. Pause and reflect. That's what's going on. This bag, though, is my concern, because I hear people talking about everything but the death and the drugs, the murder, the word I'm looking for is the disrespect of the youth towards their elders. Because the Hebrews should be a bag full of sweet apples. Sweet apples. Why? Because Yah said that we were the apple of His what? The apple of His eye. Yah used the figs. He used the basket of summer fruit, and it was a spoiled fig in the basket. And that, what He was showing you at that instant, He was showing you that, look, if y'all don't get rid of this unrighteousness, that it's going to spoil. If not all, it's going to spoil a majority. And when I say spoil a majority, you turning a blind eye and you turning a deaf ear to what's going on in our communities. You acting like you don't see it. That is an offense of Yah. Yah say, do not be afraid by reason of their faces. I am with you. He tells a single prophet this. Listen to the book, Jeremiah, chapter 11, verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah, what is this word? What is this word? This word is Yeshua. That's what came to him. That's what came. The word, the Torah. The Torah, the embodiment of Torah. The word that came to Jeremiah from Yah. In the beginning was the Word. And the Word was Yah. And the Word was with Yah. Same word that became flesh. Same word. Not a different word. Same word. It came unto him with instructions. It came unto him saying, hear ye the words of this covenant and speak unto the men of Yehuda and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and say thou to them, thus saith Yah, the arbiter, the source, the power, the judge, the ruler of Israel, cursed be a man that obeyeth not the words of his covenant. That word cursed, many people have taken it out of context, and they look for some type of witchcraft or sorcery. But no, a curse is when you become your own biggest enemy. When you destroy you. Because what y'all is saying, I'm going to allow you to walk in your mischief. I'm going to allow you to walk in your error that you have created, and it will bring you to your desolation, and it will bring you to your damnation. The only way to override it is to return back unto me through prayer, fasting, and supplication. Prayer, fasting, and supplication. Listen to the book. Which I commanded your fathers in that day that I brought them forth out of the land of Mizraim from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice, and do them according to all which I command you, so shall you be my people. And I will be your source, power, your El, as the Canaanites call them, El, source, power. I shall be your source, your power, your judge, your ruler, your authority, your Abba. That I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, so be it, O Yah. This is another misconception. You cannot have a physical land that flows with milk and honey with corrupt people. With corrupt people. The milk and honey must flow freely through the minds of the people and through the land. That the land begin to yield forth its fruit. The land that you are in, it begins to yield forth precious fruit. How? Through what? Through thought. Through walking in a set apartness, accompanied with righteousness. You want a land that more running with milk and honey? Haven't you seen? The only thing that people that are defiled and people that have no law, that are lawless, is not going to prevail. Because y'all didn't build it. You can watch all you want to watch for the 400 years. Show me where, in the 400 years, show me where we have fulfilled what y'all say we needed to fulfill in this book. See, people want the glitter without the bitter. I come to bring the bitter. Because the bitter always opens you up for the sweet. Do the hard things first while you are still able. Do it now while you are still able. Because there will come a day where you will not be able to do it. The separating. There must be a separation. There, you listen. When you get a cold, and that cold come in your body, that's what these people are in our communities. They are cold. They are flu. They are like HIV. They are like AIDS. They are like herpes. They are like heart attacks. They are like heart murmur. They are like diabetes. It's nothing good that can come to the body from that, other than that you build a greater resistance to fight it off the next time. Hear me, somebody. Hear me, somebody. That you be able to fight off the onslaught of the unrighteous and the wicked that will try to lace themselves and be cohesive with you, to try to be God with you. they come to try to be cloaked in with you because of the color of their skin. Listen to the book. Then answered I and said, so be it, O Yah. Verse 6 says, then Yahweh said unto me, proclaim all these words in the cities of Yehuda and in the streets of Yerusalem, saying, hear you the words of this covenant and do them. For I earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up out of the land of Israel, even unto this day, rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. Yet they obeyed not. What do you think that Yah was saying they would disobey? What do you think he was talking about, yo? You think he was talking about they were disobeying but not keeping his feast days? Nah, that ain't what he was talking about. That ain't what he was talking about. He was talking about the secular Hebrews that they were allowing to dwell among those that were keeping the law. So anytime you got somebody that's lawless, it's going to always look like they having more fun than the people that's keeping the law. They look more carefree. They look more carefree. Because see, they haven't been made free. They was what you call set free. See, set free people, oh man, they free. They say they ain't under grace. I've been saved. My sins are accounted for, but your deeds are not. The Bible says that your deeds do follow you. So yeah, the secular world look like they having all the fun. They hang out 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. They dropping Marleys and they dropping ecstasy. They riding and smoking and they doing this and they posting it and they partying, they doing all this too. But if you only knew how empty they were, if you only could hear their cries in the wee hours of the night. See, it's by design that man can pick themselves up the next day. It's by design that man can dry his eyes because he begins to understand that there is tomorrow. But if it was no tomorrow, there would be a lot of people that would lose their minds today. So don't count yourself to be part of the number. Pray. That's why I don't be on Facebook. That's why I can't be on Facebook. I can't be on every post. Because I pray, fast, study, and I work. I have no complaints. I have no complaints in my life. The only thing that I have is when I begin to talk about a nation of people, whether they be Gentile or whether they be Hebrew, I can only begin to feel what my Father feels. And my Father cries out for his creation. He cries out for humanity because I felt his pain in prayer. And that pain that you feel in prayer when Yah allows you to approach. And when I say approach, I ain't nowhere near the throne. The glory, listen to me, the glory of Yah. The glory of Yah in the Ram. Oh my. Such power, such might, and such authority that you know you're nowhere near, but you know you're so close. You know you're nowhere near, but you know you're so close. In the intensity of that encounter will make you beg for mercy and plead that you be able to exit that realm. But when praying and I go and ask Yah what it is that I can do for him, it's not too many times I go and pray and I ask Yah for anything. I only ask y'all that my energy and my assertiveness be aligned with his energy and what it is that is his will. That's my only prayer. To seek thee first, the energy of y'all, the kingdom of y'all, the energy of y'all, and all things else shall be added. So I go in prayer to align myself with y'all, and I go in prayer to talk and commune and tell y'all and show y'all what this is what I've been activating throughout the airways, and when I'm evangelizing, this is what I have been applying. I have been applying this. Is this where you want me to stay? Is this what you want me to do? Because it's your will. And one thing I don't want to do is I do not want to work and operate in vain. So I go to y'all and I ask y'all, what is it that I can do for him, this young, and how can I put a smile on your face, Abba? Because I want to see you smile, Abba. I want to see you smile. I want to see the radiant, and I want to see your consciousness change, Abba Yahweh. I'm talking about prayer life. I'm talking about intimacy. I ain't talking about no scholarship. I'm talking about what I know. Talking about what I found out. How can I tend? How can I tend to you, Abba Yahweh? And go on and go on and go on and go deeper and deeper and deeper. But it's not for you to divulge everything to everybody that y'all takes you and shows you. Some things y'all showed you so you can shut up. And I shut up. That's why he showed it to me. He showed it to me so I can shut up. Because when he showed me, look, you don't need to go, don't go fight in that area. Don't go to that battlefield. That's a lost battle. See, that's what the prophet was able to do. The prophet was able to tell the kings and the nation where they were going to lose and where they were going to win. So y'all begin to instruct me, look, don't get caught up in that, don't fight. Listen, that's a futile battle. That's a futile battle. There's no winning. That calls himself a man, his strength should be prayer. That should be his strength. Because if not, who praying for your wife? Who covering your wife? Or is it your AR-15? Is it your 100-round drum? Is it your bulletproof vest? Listen to the book, verse 7. For earnestly protested unto your fathers in the day that I brought them up. Now we down to, let's go down to verse 8. Yet they obeyed not, nor inclined their ear, but walked everyone in the imagination of their evil heart. And listen to me. To have an evil heart, all you gotta do is turn your back on evil. If you don't deal with evil, you got an evil heart. Consider, that's what y'all consider. You got an evil heart. Because Yahweh said that, look, blessed are the peacemakers. And a peacemaker tackles what everybody else trying to brush up under the rug. The peacemaker pull back the rug and say, this matter of business had to be tackled. A lot of people understand what a peacemaker is. A peacemaker bring issue. He bring blackhead bumps to a head to burst. You start putting this back. You start unveiling. Look, we can't cover this up no more. We finally got to deal with this. So for a person to not cry, that's the verse they always use. Cry out loud, spare none, spare not. Yeah, but y'all ain't crying out against the evil. Y'all crying out against people who don't have the knowledge of Hebrew. Y'all crying out against people that don't understand, don't know what you're talking about. So how you crying out and spare not? To cry and spare not is to get the evil out of our communities. It's to reinvent our children. Listen to the book. Therefore I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant, which I commanded them to do, but they did them not. And that brings me to your 400 years of when you say it's over. If we ain't done what y'all wanted us to do, we gonna get ready to go back in. Y'all already said y'all gonna go from captivity to captivity, from sword to sword. You hear me, y'all? Listen to the book. Y'all keep listening to these guys that's distracting y'all with feast days and distracting y'all with yeast and distracting y'all with moon. A lot of y'all ain't even ready for that. A lot of y'all ain't even ready for the feast days. Because there's still too much going on. Y'all gotta implement this stuff little by little. You're buying garments, you're buying tassels, you're buying ZZs, head wraps, and don't know the first thing about the works of prayer. You don't know zero latitude, you don't know zero longitude, you don't understand anything about the realm of prayer. The realm of expectation is what I call it. The realm of expectation, the realm of where things are made to come into fruition. Listen to the book. And Yahweh said unto me, a conspiracy. Y'all say a conspiracy. You know what conspiracy is? Another word for conspiracy is, elder? Treason. Treason. Treason is an act that's punishable by death. Conspiracy means a conglomerate of people. A conglomerate of people that have conspired. That have come together with one mind and one thought to do something. It is not the will of Yah what they coming to do. Listen to the book. And Yahweh said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Yehuda and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers. Let me stop right there. Because what it is, what's happening is, the men today, I see the young guys and they jump around like they invented hustling. Like they invented hustling. And I look at them. And I'll be like, you know you ain't the first one to do what you're doing, right? We OGs and we this. And I'm like, man, it's some people that done what you doing that. And all of them tell the same story. Not one of them speak of success. Not one. Not with hustling. Some was smart and cleaned their money up and got out of the game. But they act as though what they're doing, they adding something to it. You can't add nothing. You can't add fire to fire. Fire is fire. Sin in iniquity is sin in iniquity. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. So they turn back to the iniquity of their forefathers. Well, what's the iniquity of most of our forefathers that's over here in the States right now? What? Most of our fathers did what here? They were either whoremongers, some of them was, or they were either drug dealers, drug users, alcoholics, alcoholics, pedophiles, homosexuals. Y'all better hear me. Look at, there ain't nothing new under the sun. The only thing that begins to happen is this thing begins to escalate. It begins to get bolder and bolder. It begins to get worse and worse. So now, the men, they out the closet now. Back in the day, you would let nobody know you was a homosexual. But now they out the closet. They wearing heels and boob jobs and surgeries. This a right now word. This ain't no back in the day word. This a right now word. They done took what our forefathers were already involved in and they put it on blast. And they daring the righteous to put a foot down. They daring the righteous to put a foot down. I told you it's bad here. Man, if you let one rotten apple. Matter of fact, I got another bag back there like this. It was plums in it. And I reached in the bag, and in the bottom of the bag, it was a rotten plum. I said, Plum, you gotta go, because you're gonna cause all the other plums to go right along with you. See, the difference between this apple and the plum is this. The apple need me to get it out of the bag. Y'all waiting on us to get it from amongst us. That's the difference. Just like we use our hand to get that bad apple or plum out of the bag, we gotta use that same hand, the outstretched hand, the mighty arm, because y'all with us to get this defilement out of us first and out of our community next. Because if you build anything, I don't care how good it sounds, I don't care how long you've been walking with y'all, I don't care what title man done put on you, I don't care what title you go by. I don't care what you go by. Y'all say, if you build it, you build it for the vain. I don't care who you got agreeing. I don't care how many followers you got. I don't care how many yes men and how many yes women you need. Because on Facebook, the biggest fools got the biggest amen corners. They do. The biggest fools got the biggest amen corners on all media platforms. The biggest fools. The more raunchy the post, elder, the more likes and the more views it's going to get. Fighting, twerking, dudes talking about killing each other over rap. I was looking at some guys go through up in Dallas, North Dallas. I'm like, man, you guys is tripping. Y'all ain't got nothing better than all that stuff around y'all neck and on y'all fingers and all that money in y'all pocket. And you mean tell me you can't go to Morocco or Monaco? What? See, that's what I'm talking about. That's the curse. They don't understand that they liberated and they free, because money is a defense. It will give you a liberation and a freedom. But you have to have had a strong and courageous prayer life and fasting to know that, look, I'm finna get ready to go to Morocco, Monaco. You understand me? I'm finna get ready to get from over here, out of Dallas, out of Houston, out of Miami. What y'all fighting for? I don't get it. Fighting because they think it's okay to throw bullets in our communities and we don't say nothing. They not having these gunfights out in the woods. They having these gunfights in neighborhoods and on street corners and cars doing drive-bys. And we sitting around talking about the police need to do something about it. Why? Y'all don't even like the white man. Y'all don't even like the police. So why would the police need to do something about your stuff? I don't get it. I don't get us. They talk about the white devil, but as soon as somebody breaking their house, breaking their car, kill their nephew, kill their niece, shooting them, they call the police and make a report. I see guy on Facebook. Every time I see him on Facebook, he want to be a leader, but he always in something. And now you in court filing court documents. That's the white man. You can't handle it outside of that? No, because there's confusion. Y'all will allow you to operate. Y'all will choose your delusion, people. Y'all have said, I will choose their delusion. I will turn y'all over to a vile affection in a reprobate mind. Listen to the book. And Yahweh said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Yehuda and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They have turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers, which refused to hear my words. And they went after deities to serve them. The house of Israel and the house of Yehuda have broken my covenant, which I made with their fathers, their fathers. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring evil upon. This is what happens when you break the covenant. This is what happens when the covenant is not fulfilled. And when Yahweh says, I will bring evil, that means that he's going to take his hand and he's going to let man run his course. That's all it means when he says he's going to bring evil upon you. He's going to let you run. He's going to let you run. And he's going to let you run. I remember I ran from y'all. And I remember I heard y'all say, you ain't tired yet? I said, yeah, I'm tired. I said, I'm tired. He said, well, come on in. I said, I don't know how. I don't know how to come in. I don't got the strength. I'm walking in too much out here. People looking up to me like I'm a god. You understand me? I'm doing this in the hood. I'm doing this in the hood. I'm a plug. I'm doing this. I got this on lock. I got that on lock. I got this going. I got that going. I don't know how to come in. I don't know how to turn it off. See, I had to be honest with y'all. Because when y'all called me, I was successful in the game. I was what you call up. When y'all called me, I was up. I was kind of heated. I was kind of heated because I was up. I had plans on cleaning my money up. So I was kind of heated when he called me. But when he began to show me different things, and he got my attention. He got my attention real quick. I mean, I had 4 instances with the police where I would have had life in prison. And y'all brought me through it. Because before destruction, y'all get warned. So he was warning me. He was letting me know that, look, your time is up. And if you don't come and do my will, and I was sitting in the car one night, and I'll never forget sitting in the car. I was sitting in the car, fixing something up, fixing some work up, and I looked up, and I saw this orb. Everybody know what I'm talking about, who know about orb. I saw this orb of energy on my car. So I reached for my pistol. And I heard the voice of y'all say, you don't need your pistol because your pistol won't work. He said, but if you don't turn your life over around to me, then that is for you. It was death. It was death. I know what it was. Because that was the first time in my life that I ever felt fear in the streets. That's the first time I ever felt vulnerable in the streets. Because I walked heavy in the streets. So that was the first time I ever felt fear. That was the first time I ever feared. I had been shot, but that was the first time I ever feared getting shot again. That was the first time I ever feared dying. I didn't have a fear to die. I used to tell people, look, I know I'm going to hell. Said it boldly, in ignorance. And I got in my car. Well, I got back in my car because I got out my car to look. I got back in my car and I left. Phone blowing up. We had a club at the time, the Rose Garden. And where you at? Where you at? Where you at? I was like, man, listen, man, I'm done. What you talking about? I'm like, man, look. After that, I'll meet y'all at IHOP and I'll tell y'all. And then I'll never forget in IHOP. I tell her, I say, listen, man, y'all remember how y'all was playing with me? When y'all was in the park and all this stuff was laying around, and I used to be praying. I used to say, boy, if you allow me to come back in your company one more time, Father, I want to walk away from all this stuff. And they used to be laughing. They used to be talking about, boy, I sure be glad when he come for you, boy, so I can have all this stuff in him. I say, boy, you know what? One day, it's going to be yours. Because this stuff, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. It's an afterlife. And that night there, when I sat them down and talked to them, y'all showed me a few things. One of my ace, one of my head lieutenants. I was talking about the word, and I was talking about how we need to change our lives. And he said this to me, and y'all meant for me to get this. He said, look, you know I never disrespect you. You know you my big brother. He said, but man, you sitting here, and everybody at this table get their work from you. And all the work you supplying, and you sitting here and you talking to us about God. You said, man, y'all, you sitting here talking to us about y'all. And I said, yeah. And y'all said right there, I promise y'all, this is what I heard. He said, see, that's what I'm talking about. Either you're going to serve me, because you're not going to be able for a man to put his mouth and say that on you and it be true. He said, so from this day forth, you're going to have to turn your back on everything you know. And the streets was all I knew, people. I didn't know anything else. The streets was all I knew. Rolled up in Mixon Town, rolled up north side. Duval County, west side, north side. So there is a transitioning period, and I'll never forget the time when I was feeling vulnerable and weak, and I told y'all, I said, y'all, if you be real, then save me. I want to know you like other people know you. I'm a dead man if you don't save me, because if you don't save me, what you are to people, I'm that same thing to people. I'm putting food on people's table. I'm putting food on a whole bunch of people. I'm making life possible for a whole bunch of people, but I was doing it as that rotten apple. I was that rotten apple that had to be taken out of the bag, and y'all say, look here, I'm going to take you out the bag. Because you were rotten apple. You were firebrand, too many people following you for one. I had a cousin, same thing. He wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen. He told me who the hell I think I am. To tell him to leave an answer machine like that on his answer machine. I said, well, so be it. I didn't want to tell him no way. I'm telling y'all the truth. I was already upset because he called me. Everything he knew, I told him. He's still rolling. I'm out the game now. He's still rolling strong. You know, I go to him for anything. He tell me, boy, you taught me the game. You better let your, hang. You know the next what the word is. I'm telling y'all. I went to y'all. And I turned from y'all. And I faced. And at that particular time, I was eager to certain things. So I said, world, I'm giving you your stuff back. I don't want your drugs. I don't want your alcohol. I don't want your women. I don't want murder. I don't want rage. I don't want wickedness. I don't want evil. I don't want none of this stuff that I was operating in. And I turned back to y'all and I said, y'all, here I am. If there's any portion of me that can be used for the glorifying of your kingdom, I will use it. Because I hadn't heard the faith of a mustard seed. I hadn't heard some things. And I remember I went upstairs because at that particular time I rapped and I had just finished the album. It was called OG Status at Its Baddest. That was an album that I never released, never released it. And I was upstairs and I was in the booth. And Billy D came in there and he was like, man, I hope you're recording this because I'm going to go back. And I was like, yeah, I recorded it. So he left. I went downstairs and I sat in a chair and I'll never forget. The movie $1 Million Baby was on. I think her name Christian Martin out of Orlando, Florida, the Boston. And I was sitting in the chair and I heard something come down the stairs. Those stairs always creak and crop. And I said, no, when I was talking, I was saying, look, I don't care nothing about no spirits. I don't care nothing about y'all evil spirits. If you come to him, I got something for you. You know, talking crazy. talking crazy. And I felt the breeze just brush over me. And I squinted like this. And I said, is that you, y'all? Is that you? Is you coming to give me the strength? And strength he gave me. Because I got up from that chair. I went and disposed of pounds, and I went and disposed of pounds. And I never looked back on the streets. I never went back to the streets after I disposed of everything that I had. I threw away and flushed. And I never went back. That's probably been over 20 years ago now. I know 17, probably 19, maybe 19 years, close to 20 years, coming up on 20 years. I never look back. I never look back. Because from that time, I invested myself in the prayer and in the fasting. And it brought me into obedience to where I was able to not only understand, but to overstand the power and what the requirement was for me. And I was that apple. And all those apples that be, I understand you feel like you're feeding people. But when we take those bad apples out of the bunch, we will finally prosper as a nation. And only then will we prosper as a nation when we get rid of the worthless. Because I was worthless. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. The Bible says in verse, let's look, 10. They are turned back to the iniquities of their fathers, which refused to hear my words, and served them, O house of Israel, and the house of Yehuda, have broken my covenant which I have made with their fathers. Therefore thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not listen unto them. Why won't he listen? Because this is a self-inflicted wound. This is self-inflicted. You know that movie with Goldie, where he had Pretty Tony, we got knife to stick yourself, stick yourself. That's what we doing. We sticking ourselves. And that's the evil that's coming upon us because we sticking ourselves. Then shall the seeds of Yehuda and the house of Yehuda go and cry unto the deities unto whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them at all in the time of their troubles. For according to the number, listen to this, for according to the number of the cities were their deities, O Yehuda, and according to the number of the streets of Jerusalem have you set up altars to that shameful thing, even the altars to burn incense unto Lord, unto Baal, which is Lord, Master. So y'all said, therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. They got to pray for themselves. Some people got to pray for themselves. No prayer from nobody going. They got to pray for themselves. It has to be released through the fruits of their lips, because the universe is going to grab it. And the universe, which begins to yield unto us, the universe makes sure that they have a moral obligation to the things that they speak or spoke. Moral obligation. Moral obligation. This apple is inside of all of us. Myself too. This apple is inside of all of us. It's called flesh. And the flesh is contrary to the spirit, and the spirit contrary to the flesh. So as long as we're on the face of the earth, we will always be taken out that's rotten. Because if we don't take out of us what's rotten, it will spoil you. That's where you get depression from. That's where you get anxiety from. That's where you get fear from. Because you are allowing what's rotten in you to reign and to rule. And we are allowing what's rotten to reign and rule in our communities. I can't speak to you about the feast day because I have to take you to Isaiah 1. He say, look, y'all got blood on y'all hands. Wash ye, make ye clean. What do they think the blood is, elder? He say you got blood. He say you got blood on your hand. Isaiah. Might as well, it's right down. I might as well go there. The Bible says here in Isaiah chapter 1. He says, wash ye, make ye clean. Yeah. Put away the evil of your doings from before my eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fathers, and plead for the widows. That means take back your community. Take back the land. That's the only way you can look out for these people, is to take back the land. Verse 15 says this here. Verse 14, your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am wearied about them. And when you spread forth your hands, I will hide my eyes from you. Yes, when you make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Verse 18, come now and let us reason together, saith y'all. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool. 19, if you be willing and obedient, you shall eat the good of the land. But if you refuse and obey, you shall be devoured with the sword, from the mouth of Yahweh has spoken. I don't play with this book. Y'all playing with lives, putting them feast days. Y'all putting them feast days. The only way you can observe y'all feast days is to be walking in righteousness and a set apartness. That's what he was talking about, the circumcision. That you had to go through a circumcision of the mind. A circumcision of the mind, which y'all call the heart. The circumcision of the mind. And it says all the strangers had to go through this circumcision. So if all the strangers had to go through the circumcision, women cannot be circumcised. So it could not be talking about the male portion of a man, that it would be circumcised. It was talking about that they needed to be rewired. The renewing of their minds is the circumcision that y'all is talking about. Listen to the book. Verse 14. Therefore, pray not thou for these people, neither lift up a cry of prayer for them, for I will not hear in the time. Verse 15. What have my beloved to do in my house, seeing she have wrought lewdness with me? Play the whore. And the holy flesh is passed from thee. When thou doest evil, then thou rejoicest. See, the people in the streets doing evil, and they rejoicing over it. They rejoicing over the gun slinging, the dope slinging, the got doggone vagina slinging, the Peter slinging. They rejoicing over this stuff. Like there is no listen. I preached this a long time ago. People don't feel y'all. People don't feel our Heavenly Father. They have no reverence, no respect. No respect. Because you ain't dropping dead. You dead already in the spirit. You dead already in the afterlife. You dead already in the life to come. If you have invested everything that you are in this life, you already dead. I'll never invest all of me into this life any longer. Because this is not my reality. My reality is everlasting and everlasting. That's my reality. My reality ain't this where I know I'm gonna die because I'm mortal. I look for the day that I pass over to immortality. Listen to the book. Yahweh called thy name, a green olive tree, fair and of good fruit. With the noise of a great trumpet he hath kindled fire upon it, and the breaches of it are broken. Branches of it are broken. See, when they start talking about the second writing elder, this goes a long way. It's Corinthians 11 or Romans 11, where it talks about the branches were broken off, that they may be engrafted in. This is y'all breaking the branches off right here. He says, in the branches of it are broken. Tied right in with Romans 11. Listen, for Yahweh of hosts that planted thee have pronounced evil against thee. Understand, when Yahweh pronounces evil against you, he's saying, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. When he said I'm not going to stop you, I'm not going to send a spirit of conviction. I'm going to let you get comfortable in your demise. And that's a comfort. They're comfortable out there. They're comfortable. I was comfortable out there. That's how I know what got to be done. I know what we got to come up against. Because I was once the offense. Now the tables done turned. And I stand before y'all this day. And I just thank y'all for all that he's allowed me to see and all that he have allowed me to do. This ministry started in the AIDS clinic. It started in the HIV clinic. That's where this ministry started. This ministry started with prayer, fasting, and laying on of hands, and people getting reports that they could no longer find the HIV, that the HIV was dormant. Okay? So, it's a lot of stuff that I don't talk about, but I'm going to say that to say this. You can't tell me about signs and wonders. You can't tell me if you secular or if you conscious. You can't tell me about the healing hand and the healing authority and the laying on the hands and anointing people all. I don't care if you Hebrews don't understand it. I don't care who don't understand it. I was the one that y'all used. He allowed me to take part in that. And when that happens, you'll be a fool that let somebody tell you different. I ain't going by what somebody told me. This ministry started in the HIV/AIDS clinic. That's all that was in the room, in the building when I first started teaching. Was people that was infected with the virus. Listen to the book. For Yahweh of hosts that planted thee have pronounced evil against thee for the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Yehuda, which they have done against themselves. See there? That goes to kick a word. I'm going to read it to you one more time, one more again. For Yahweh of hosts that planted thee have pronounced evil against thee. When it say pronounce, the only thing he's saying is he see what's in the realm. He see what's on the horizon. For the evil of the house of Israel and of the house of Yehuda, which they have done against themselves to provoke me to anger and offer incense unto Baal. Baal. Now, don't get Baal, don't get Lord twisted. Lord has to represent something. Baal has to represent something. And what Baal represents is what opposes Yah. It is an opposition. And what we have in our community, what we got going on, is an opposition that is to oppose Yah. And when I say oppose Yah, it is to oppose the will of Yah. Why? Because the people have turned inward, and the people are against themselves. And the people shall destroy themselves. We on that path. And that's humanity, period, is on the path to destroy. So Baal, don't get hung up on the logistics of Baal. Yeah. You got to understand that Yah is upset because we are offering unto these things. Because the Bible says, whatsoever you obey is who you serve, and who you serve is who you obey. So if you serve in flesh, if you serve what's secular, then that would be Baal, your Lord and your master. And Yahweh have given me knowledge of it, and I know it. Then thou showest me their doings. That's what I was telling y'all earlier about going in the realm, and Yah beginning to show you his pain. He began to let you take on a smidgen of his pain. And this is what this prophet saying. Watch how he want to come from up under this. Watch it. He said, and Yahweh have given me knowledge of it, which he done showed, he done let me begin to feel. He said, then thou showest me their doings. But I was like a lamb or an ox that is brought to the slaughter. And I knew not that they had devices against me, saying, let us destroy the tree with the fruit thereof, and let us cut him off from the land of the living, that his name may be no more remembered. But oh, Yah of hosts, that judges righteously, that tries the ruins and the heart, the mind. Try your ruins. You know that thing y'all said y'all never would do? Place that said you never would go, that person you said you never would do no more. Yah tries the ruins, the mind. Let me see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee have I revealed my cause. Well, right here you tell you, look, he felt weighted down because he began to feel the pain and authority and the pain of Yah. And there was some things that he said to the people that ain't written in his book. Everything not written, people. Everything, not all verses cannot be contained in this Bible. Please. Please. All knowledge is not in the book. All wisdom is not in the book. Which means it has not been written down. Because some people honor their relationship and they honor their intimacy with Yah. And they won't breathe a mumbling word to no mortal man about it. Listen, the Bible says this. But oh Yah, O host, that judges righteousness, that tries the wounds of the heart, let me see thy vengeance on them, for unto thee have I revealed my cause. So he did some talking. Therefore, thus saith Yah, or the men of Anathoth, that seek thy life, saying, prophesy not in the name of Yah, that thou die not by our hand. Therefore, thus saith Yah. And that was what this message here. They don't want me to speak when I'm speaking. They don't want me to speak when I'm speaking about take back the land, Operation Take Back the Land. They don't want me to speak this here about y'all, that we got to clean up our neighborhood. Bruh, if I'm cleaning my house up, man, I can't sweep around that pile of dirt in the floor. That's what y'all trying to do. Listen, if I'm cleaning my house, someone cleaning my house, I can't leave one window with spider webs on it. I got to clean all the spider webs. I got to clean everything. See, we talk about cleaning, but we ain't talking about doing the thorough cleansing. Into the book. Therefore, thus saith Yah host, behold, I will punish them. The young men shall die by their sword, they gun each other down. Their sons and their daughters shall die by famine. Our children ain't working. Our children, a lot of our children around, they not working. They living in abandoned apartments and they hitting licks and they around here starving, they ain't got nothing to eat. And there shall be no remnant of them, for I will bring even upon the men of Anathoth, even the year of their salvation. That's still Hebrews. Y'all go look up the location of that. Find it by Benjamin, where the Benjamites. You'll find it by Jerusalem. Listen to the book. Come on, let's look at 14. Go to 14. You hear y'all 14? I done said this to y'all before. Oh Yahweh, though our iniquity testify against us. Remember I said that the universe gonna do two things. The universe gonna either do what? It's gonna testify for you or witness against you. Now it's gonna testify against you or witness for you. Oh Yahweh, though our iniquities testify against us. Who do your iniquities testify against you to? The universe, which is, do thou it for thy name's sake, for our backslidings are many. We have sinned against thee. Oh, the hope of Israel, the Savior thereof, in time of trouble. Why shouldest thou be as a stranger in the land, and as a warfaring man that turneth aside to terror for a night? Why shouldest thou be as a man of strong, as a mighty man that cannot save? Yet thou, O Yah, art in the midst of us, and we are called by thy name. Leave us not. Thus saith Yah unto this people. Thus have they loved to wander. They have not refrained their feet. Therefore Yahweh doeth not accept them. He will not remember their iniquity and visit their sins. Then said Yah unto me, pray not for this people for their good. Why, when they fast, I will not hear their cry, and when they offer burnt offerings and an oblation, I will not accept them. But I will consume them by the sword, and by the famine, and by the peck. And it's talking about your feast days. It's talking about your feast days, your appointed times. He even says it again over here. I think what it is, 7 and 16. Therefore pray not thou for this people. He said like 3-4 times in the book of Jeremiah. Let us look at the 15th chapter, 15 and 19. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, if you return, then will I bring thee again, and thou shalt stand before me. And if thou take forth the precious, this is what he said, if thou take forth the precious from the vile. You know what that means? You got to separate what's good from what's bad. You got to separate what's good from what's bad. Listen to what he said. Listen to what y'all saying. Listen to what he's saying. The prophet said, my pain is perpetual, while my wounds are incurable, which refuse to be healed. Will thou be altogether unto me as a lion, and the waters that fail question? Then Yah, he said, therefore thus saith Yah, if thou return, then will I bring thee again, and thou shalt stand before me. And if thou take from the precious from the vile, thou shalt be as my mouth. Let them return unto thee, but return not unto them. And I will make thee unto this people a fixed brazen wall, and they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee. For I am with thee to save thee and to deliver thee, saith God. And I will deliver thee out of the hand of the wicked, and I will redeem thee out of the hand of the terrible. And I want to go to Ezekiel, and I'm going to close in Ezekiel. Let's go to Ezekiel. And listen to the verbiage, please. Ezekiel 18 and verse 30. Therefore will I judge your house of Israel, everyone according to his ways, saith Yahweh. Repent and turn yourselves from all your transgressions, so iniquity shall not be your ruin. Cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby ye have transgressed, and make you. Listen to what the Bible says. And people talk about what y'all gonna do, what y'all gonna give us. Listen to what the Bible says. And make you a new heart and a new spirit. You hear that, elder? Huh? People say, create in me a clean heart. This is what y'all say. Listen how y'all say you do it. Cast away from you all your transgressions, whereby you have transgressed, and make you a new heart and a new spirit. It's automatic. That's how I became renewed. Because I cast away my transgressions and my iniquity and my sin. And through the prayer and through fasting, which brought me into obedience to be able to study Torah, to let Yah show me what he want to show me. See, a lot of people read what they believe. They don't believe what they read. See, when they read what they believe, they already know the story. I don't know no stories in the Bible. I don't know nothing. Y'all show me what you want me to say to the people. And I don't care what it sounds like, I say it. Show, you want me to take and show it to them in the spirit? I'll show it to them in the spirit. Listen to the book. And make you a new heart and a new spirit, for why will you die, O house of Israel? For I have no pleasure in the death of him that died, saith Yah. Wherefore turn yourselves and live. It's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us if we truly want to live. And I say to Yah, I want to live and not die. But I ask Yah, I say, but Yah, I'm more concerned about the quality that I give you. I want to give you quality out of y'all. I want to give you quality. I want to give you the most, the best, because you desire the best. You desire the best of me. See, a lot of people don't understand in the church world, the Hebrew live. All Yahweh want is your best. You can't do no more than your best. But we want his best, but we don't want to give our best.
Yah is not a something for nothing Abba. He requires a life for a life. A life for a life. You want a new one? Gotta trade your old one in, people. Gotta trade your old life in. Because if you don't trade it in, then you ain't been renewed. You have not been renewed by renewing of your mind. You've been conformed and not transformed. So you have been conformed. You have been overtaken. I call it trafficking. Human trafficking. The real human trafficking. I see it every day. People not responsible for their own actions, for their own selves. In closing, Numbers 14:8. If Yahweh delight in us, then he will bring us into this land and give it us a land flowing with milk and honey. Only rebel not ye against Yah, neither fear ye the people of the land, for they are bread for us. Their defense is departed from them, and Yahweh is with us. Fear them not. But all the congregation bad to stone Apostle Ted Q. Wiggins. They talking about what he talking about and all. And the glory appeared in the tabernacle of congregation before all the children of Israel. And Yahweh said in the morning, how long will this people provoke me? And how long will it be ere they believe me for all the signs which I have showed among them? I will smite them with the pestilence and disinherit them, and I will make of thee a greater nation and a mightier nation. And then from verse 13, that's a prayer. And Moses says unto Yah, then the Egyptians that hear it. See, Moses was a man that stayed in prayer. This is a prayer. This thing, any conversation you have with Yah, it's a prayer. Believe me, it's communication. It's prayer going on. It's a prayer going on. Because what Yah take for that conversation, he's either going to act on it, or he's going to give you the power and the authority to act on it. Because if it's possible, then man got to do it. If it's impossible, y'all got to do it. I'm concerned about this bag. That one apple. That one apple, y'all. And I'm going to show y'all that apple. A little while ago, a few years ago, we had a man that had killed a police officer. And it was a manhunt, and Orlando thought they were looking for the man. They locked down whole apartment complexes. They locked down streets, and they locked down roads looking for one man. And the whole community suffered because they went apartment by apartment with assault rifles going through the people's apartments, room by room, with dogs, looking for this man. That one bad apple. And you know what wound up happening to that bad apple? He wound up getting caught anyway. Yahweh allows him to get caught anyway. So we might as well go ahead and deal with it. If we want to see the move of Yah as a conscious community, we got to start dealing with where we at. That's the first sign that y'all looking for. Who is walking in my stead? Who is not afraid to walk in my authority, my power, and my might? I hear a lot of lip service, but I see no action. And we got to take back our communities now. Then we can come together and make, inform, and take our Hajj, if that's what we want to do. But if we do that, we'll see this place will look a whole lot different. But if once we formulate and get this thing, this rotten apple, out of the midst of us, then we can make our Hajj. Because we're going to have to keep the Torah wherever we go. We're going to have to keep it. So ain't no sense of taking nobody that ain't going to keep it just because they want to escape persecution over here, because they done kill somebody, or the U.S. Marshal got a warrant out for them. Yeah, it's going to be people like that trying to leave and trying to go. All right. I just want to thank everybody for lending y'all your eyes and your ears this young. I'm going to continue to do Y'all say do. I don't come to take away from anybody's scholarship, but I do come to make it well that y'all arguing again on the same thing. New moon, black moon, full moon. Oh, you gotta go by this. Oh, you gotta go by that. Man, that's only one thing I'm gonna go by. I'm gonna go by righteousness and set apartness. All that other stuff y'all talk about, I seen y'all cancel that myself. He said, look, y'all can't keep that unless y'all stand right before me. There's a lot of folk ain't right. That's gonna be keeping these feast days. There's a lot of folk that ain't right. That's more raised. There's a lot of folk that ain't right. That's not seats. There's a lot of folk. There's a lot of folk that ain't right. That's Hakahan. There's a lot of folks that ain't right. That's apostles. That's lead. We got to fix this stuff internally, inside people. We got to do. We got to go pluck the bad apple. Why? Because that's possible. If it was impossible, y'all do it. Thank you for your eyes and ears. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Huh?
And you done it again.
Who?
You know, what I'm not saying, man. God